Hi guys, my name's Dan. I just want to talk to you about my personal journey with health and using chemical-free plant-based products to support gut health and deal with acid reflux. So I've had acid reflux since my 20s. I initially, early on, dealt with it with Tums, like most of us, until about 15, 16 years ago, they came out with that magic pill right in a purple box, right? OTCs, we've seen them all. And I was hooked like millions are. And I took that pill and it took away all of my symptoms. So I thought, you know what? Who cares? It works. Why deal with heartburn? So I took it almost every day for 15 plus years. Fast forward till about my latter 30s. I'm in the military. We're committed to a healthy lifestyle. I was coming up to a deployment. I thought, you know what? I really don't need to be on this medicine. It costs a lot. It makes me feel like crap. And who knows what I'm putting in my body. And so I thought, well, I'm having heartburn because of just being overweight maybe, or I'm not in shape. So I lost a ton of weight, got super ripped, ate really well. And guess what? I still had heartburn. Man, that was super disappointing for me. I know you've been there before, right? I felt like, oh my goodness, I think I'm just going to have to take that pill the rest of my life. And so I kind of really was deflated and just gave up and thought, well, I'm going to have to take it. I got too much happening in my life, too much pressure, and last thing I need is heartburn, right? And so I just gave up until about 2 years ago. I went into the doctor and I thought, you know what? I turned 40. I got to get this medically checked. And so they did a scope, didn't find anything other than some polyps, and did a few biopsies. Those were good. And I talked to the doc. I was like, why do I have polyps? And he's like, you know what? It could be hereditary, or it could be, we found people that use OTCs long term develop polyps in their stomach. I was like, what in the world? I felt like a lab rat. I was like, that's me, right? This is not good for me, and I got to get off of that. But at that time in my life, he's like, you got a hiatal hernia. You're just going to have to deal with it. And there's just no other way that we can address this than crazy surgery. And I was like, I'm not going to have that. And so I went back on the medicine pretty much full time until May of this last year. I'm sitting on the couch with my fam watching a movie. And an info commercial comes up about a class action lawsuit about that very pill that I've been taking for 15 years. Now, I don't know about you, but that scared the heck out of me, right? I'm thinking, oh my goodness, kidney failure in my 40s and 50s, not for me, right? And so it was kind of a moment of clarity for me, a moment of like, I've got to get off of this no matter what. And so I'm actually there, and I think a week later, Lester Holt did a whole video documentary on OTCs and the growing health epidemic that they're causing in people, very young people, and kidney issues. And so I was like, you know what, babe? I got to get off of that. I told my wife, help me out. And so about 3 years ago, we were blessed. We were introduced to a company called Young Living Essential Oils, and they've really been helping us out, kind of ditch all the chemicals and go to plant-based products, natural products. And so I said, hey, do they have any supplements? She said, yes, they do. To help me with my gut. And so what I'm going to share with you just in the next few minutes is how I've kicked 15 plus years of being on OTCs and dealing and helping support gut health and acid reflux. So I had to make a lifestyle change, and the biggest lifestyle change was I had to give up coffee. Oh my goodness. I love coffee, right? We deploy on coffee. We fight war on coffee. But I had to give it up because it was too acidic for my stomach. So I switched to tea, and that's been good, and it works. The other thing is I don't eat as big meals as I used to, and I stay away from a lot of the spicy foods. But there's a way of doing that, and I'll share with you how I've still got the good stuff and treat myself once in a while. Now, what I did, first 10 days, I had to focus on a cleanse and really restore good gut health. And how I did that was I started taking Pure Protein Complete shakes. It's a very heavy multi-nutrient complex shake, freaking amazing, tastes awesome. This was chocolate. It has also an enzyme proprietary complex in it, phenomenal. So I do 2 shakes a day, morning and lunch. In addition to that, I was taking, and I've been using Essentialzyme 4. So it's basically a complex enzyme that aids digestion. So it breaks down a lot of the food in your stomach and sets that kind of right temperature in your gut so that you don't have as much acid. So I do that in the morning, first thing I wake up, along with a really good probiotic they make called Life 9. 17 billion little cultures in that sucker right there, developing good gut health and supporting good gut health. And so every day for the last 2 months, what I do is the shakes, I take my Essentialzymes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with a good probiotic. And what I've found is it works. I don't have as much acid reflux. I've still been able to eat a lot of the foods that I do have. And then when I do have acid reflux pop up, guess what? They've got a way to deal with that as well. And so I've been using this right here. It's called Alkaline. Alkalign is basically infused with lemon and lime essential oils. It's also got biochemical mineral cell salts in it, and it restores and supports optimal pH balance in your gut. Right? And those of us who deal with acid reflux on a daily basis, that's so important to do. And so I've been really blessed the last 2.5 months because, man, I'm free. I don't have to take that pill in the morning anymore. I don't have to worry about it. I've got natural, chemical-free products to deal with that issue in my life and to support my gut health. And I feel really good about it. I've actually lost 10 pounds in the process. And I just wanted to share this because, man, when you find something good and it works, you've got to share it with other people. And so that's what I'm doing with you. I want you to have the same freedom and the same experience that I've had. And so if you want to know more about that, I'd love to talk to you and share more about my story of how I'm using these chemical-free products to support good gut health. Thanks for listening, guys. Look forward to talking to you guys some more about other ways that I'm using these products to support my health in many different ways. All right? Thanks for listening and have a great day.